Hi, I'm Jason. Or at least I used to be Jason. If you're hearing this story, you're probably going to think it's insane, but I promise you, it's all true. This is the story of how a simple camping trip with my best friend, Eric, turned into something that changed my life forever. It started on a quiet Friday evening. Eric and I had planned a weekend camping trip, hoping to escape the monotony of our lives. I had just quit a dead-end job, and Eric was dealing with a messy breakup. We both needed a break. We drove out to the woods, set up our tent, and built a small campfire. The air was cool, the stars were out, and for the first time in weeks, everything felt peaceful. We joked, roasted marshmallows, and laughed about how we were the worst campers ever. But then, around midnight, things got weird. "Do you see that?" Eric asked, pointing at the sky. First, I thought it was just a bright star. But then it started moving, zigzagging, stopping, and darting across the sky in impossible patterns. "Is that a drone?" I asked, trying to keep my voice steady. "I don't think so," Eric said, his eyes wide. Before we could say anything else, the light shot straight down toward us. A beam of blue energy enveloped me, lifting me off the ground. I tried to scream, but no sound came out. Everything went dark. When I woke up, I was in a strange, glowing room. The walls pulsed with light, and the air hummed with a soft melody. I was lying on a cold, metallic surface, and I couldn't move. Standing over me were three tall, glowing figures. Their skin shimmered like liquid silver, and their eyes were large and unblinking. "Subject selected," one of them said, though I didn't see its mouth move. The words echoed in my head. "Selected for what?" "Croaked. To serve as an emissary between our species and yours," it replied. Before I could protest, one of the beings raised its hand, and a strange warmth spread through my body. The changes started almost immediately. At first, it was subtle. My hands grew smaller, more delicate. My nails extended into soft, rounded shapes. I felt a tightness in my chest, and when I looked down, I saw curves forming where none had been before. "What are you doing to me?" I yelled, my voice cracking. "This form is necessary," the alien said. "It ensures adaptation and compliance." "Whoa! Change me back!" I shouted, but my voice had already shifted, becoming higher and softer. My waist narrowed, my hips widened, and my legs became long and shapely. My hair grew past my shoulders, framing my face in soft waves. When I finally managed to move, I stumbled to a reflective surface. The person staring back at me was a stunning young woman. My heart raced as I touched my new face, my delicate fingers tracing my soft skin and full lips. "This isn't me," I whispered, tears streaming down my face. When the aliens returned me to Earth, I was completely transformed. Eric was waiting at the campsite. When he saw me, he froze, his mouth opening and closing like a fish out of water. "Jason," he finally managed to say. "Jessica now," I said, my voice trembling. He didn't know what to say. Neither did I. Over the next few days, things got even stranger. It wasn't just my body that had changed. My thoughts were shifting too. I found myself drawn to things I never cared about before. I started experimenting with makeup, watching tutorials online, and spending hours perfecting my look. One afternoon, I stood in front of my mirror, applying mascara and a soft pink lipstick. My hands moved with a skill I didn't understand, and when I was done, I couldn't help but smile at my reflection. But it didn't stop there. I found myself browsing clothing stores, drawn to dresses, skirts, and heels. One day I bought a pink sundress, a pair of white heels, and some accessories. When I tried them on at home, I couldn't stop twirling in front of the mirror. "I can't believe this is me," I whispered, running my hands over the fabric. Eric noticed the changes too. "You've been different lately," he said one evening. I shrugged, trying to play it off. "I guess I'm just adjusting." But the truth was, I couldn't stop thinking about him. Every time he smiled at me or touched my shoulder, I felt a flutter in my chest. One night he took me out to the movies. We grabbed popcorn, laughed during the previews, and by the time the credits rolled, I couldn't stop smiling. As we walked out of the theater, he turned to me. "You look really happy tonight." "I am," I admitted, blushing. We ended up sitting in his car, talking for hours. I wanted to tell him everything. How I felt, how scared I was, and how much I wanted to be close to him. But before I could, he leaned in and kissed me. That kiss changed everything. Over the next few weeks, I fully embraced my new identity as Jessica. I started dressing in cute outfits, doing my nails, and even trying out hairstyles I'd never considered before. Eric and I grew closer, and he became my rock through all the changes. One evening, while we were walking through the park, he took my hand and said, "No matter what happened, I'm glad you're here. You're amazing, Jessica." Tears filled my eyes as I smiled at him. "Thank you, Eric. You have no idea how much that means to me." Looking back, I never would have chosen this path. But the alien's transformation gave me something I never knew I needed. A chance to discover who I really am and a love I never thought possible. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more incredible tales of transformation and self-discovery.